Is the U.S. about to shut its doors to millions of travelers and immigrants? Why are 12 countries facing a complete visa freeze? And could your student, work, or family immigration plans be at risk starting Monday? What just happened? On June 4, 2025, former President Donald Trump signed a sweeping executive order that will shake the foundation of America's visa system. This isn't speculation or rumor. It's official and fully in effect starting Monday, June 9, 2025, at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. This order revives and expands the controversial travel bans of Trump's previous term. But now it's broader, more immediate, and hits more countries than before. The two-tier visa ban system. Trump's new directive separates countries into two main categories based on risk and compliance with U.S. immigration standards. Total visa freeze, 12 countries. Citizens from the following 12 countries will no longer be issued any type of U.S. visa. This includes visitor, B1/B2, student S/M, work, H/L/O, and immigrant visas, green card processing. Afghanistan, Myanmar, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen. This action was confirmed through the official White House proclamation and detailed in legal breakdowns by immigration law firms like Holland and Knight, and verified fact sheets published by the National Immigration Forum and NAFSA. Association of International Educators. Partial visa ban, 7 countries. For these countries, restrictions focus on temporary visa categories: Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, Venezuela. Nationals from these nations will face tougher scrutiny and longer delays for tourist B1/B2, student F/M, and cultural exchange J visas. In many cases, visa validity will be significantly shortened, even when granted. These measures are confirmed through official White House documentation and public updates from the Department of State and the International Rescue Committee. Who's not affected? Key exemptions. Not everyone is subject to these sweeping restrictions. Several groups are still allowed to enter the U.S., such as U.S. lawful permanent residents, green card holders, dual citizens, if they enter using a passport from a non-banned country, diplomats, United Nations officials, and Olympic or World Cup athletes, immediate relatives of U.S. citizens' spouses under 21 children and parents, special immigrant visa SIV holders, approved refugees, and granted asylum seekers, anyone already holding a valid visa issued before June 9, 2025. These exemptions are laid out in the executive order's fine print and supported by documents from NAFSA, the Congressional Research Service, and CBS News coverage. Why these countries were targeted. The Trump administration justifies the bans based on 3 primary criteria. High visa overstay rates. Countries with significant numbers of citizens who enter the U.S. legally but stay illegally past visa expiration. Example: Haiti's overstay rate for visitor visas is over 31%. Afghanistan, 29.3% overstay rate for F/J student categories. Security and vetting issues. Countries with weak passport systems or corrupt border control processes are seen as high risk for fraud. Deportation non-cooperation. Some governments refuse to accept their nationals back when deported by the U.S., making removals nearly impossible. Cuba and Venezuela have repeatedly rejected U.S. deportation flights. Reports confirming these justifications come from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's annual visa overstay report and White House statements released alongside the executive order. Could this expand? If visa overstay data is all it takes to trigger a travel ban, who's next? Countries like Nigeria, Pakistan, or even India have been flagged in past DHS reports for similar issues. This list could expand rapidly in the next review cycle. What this means for students, workers, and families. Students FMJ visas. If you're from a full ban country, you can apply, period. If you're from a partial ban country, expect long waits, possible rejections, and shortened visa durations. Waivers may be granted, but only for rare cases like humanitarian emergencies or national interest exceptions. Green card applicants. Spouses, parents, and minor children of U.S. citizens can still apply, but will face longer processing times and more vetting. All other categories like employment-based or family preference green cards are likely to be delayed or denied altogether. NAFTA and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS. Policy experts have confirmed that these backlogs and delays are already in motion. What's coming next? This isn't a one-time order. It includes a built-in review system. A 90-day review is scheduled for September 2025, where new countries could be added or removed. After that, semi-annual reviews will be used to update the list. Already, the Republic of Chad has responded by suspending U.S. visa issuance in protest, signaling that international backlash could follow. This tit-for-tat dynamic is being monitored closely by Reuters, Al Jazeera, and foreign policy think tanks. Final thoughts. This isn't just about immigration. It's a strategic shift in how the Trump administration views global mobility. The focus is control, enforcement, and selective entry. Students may be shut out of U.S. universities. Families risk separation. Workers and tourists will face longer delays or outright bans. The legal wording of this executive order is written to resist court challenges, and it's clear that the administration is building a durable framework for selective immigration control. Want real-time updates like this? Before they go mainstream? Subscribe to Immiscope now.